welcome to Wednesday, which is meme upside down. Woo. Weird, wild, wacky, wonderful Wednesdays. Firstly, if you missed last week's episode, don't fret because there wasn't one. Truth be told, my ass needs surgery, which sounds like I made it up, but you know, when life gives you anal pain, make anal pain jokes. The whole thing got me thinking about if you had to have your ass operated on, would you rather a gay doctor who's into it because he loves asses or a straight doctor who somehow ended up working in asses? I mean, it's a weird field to be working in if that's not your thing. Like, personally, I'd hate to be looking at fucked up asses all day. So, one, I hope they earn a lot of money, which clearly they do. But two, like, it's a weird thing to dedicate your life to. Now, would you rather have someone who does it because they have a love of the ass or someone who's just doing it for the money? So this is where, would you rather have someone who perhaps got turned on whilst doing it, because who wouldn't love to, play off my ass? But would you rather have that or someone who's just doing it for the money? Someone who's maybe really smart, but they're not so dedicated to the ass, whereas someone who appreciates an ass, it's their whole life's work, their dream come true. Why don't you comment in the comments your thoughts? Now, you're probably looking at me and you think, how could I have health problems? I'm so fit. And I agree with you. Just like this person in the next story. This is from the New York Post. Erotic weight gainer eats 10,000 calories per day for fans. He's 4XL rated. Very funny joke they made there. Sorry, that's 3XL rated. Ha ha ha. Even I ruined the joke because it's too good, A 500-pound Florida man has gobbled his way to fat fetishist fame online by eating 10,000 calories per day to maintain his massive round gut. It's a challenge, said Brian, nicknamed Gainer Bull, who consumes 3 large combo meals and at least 3 sides per meal, amounting to 4 times the daily standard calorie intake for an adult male. The Metro reports. The 44-year-old Palm Beach resident then shares pics of his daily loading sessions, he calls them, with his legions of fans on social media. A self-described erotic weight gainer, his road to internet stardom began more than 20 years ago. It'd be pretty fucking impressive if he started his internet stardom 80 years ago and he was still alive after eating this much. But anyway, Brian began bulking up after reportedly weighing a lean 185 pounds. As a teenager, he started to get excited by his over-expanding stomach, whereupon he decided that bigger was better. Here I am eating just because I love it and I love the food and because I'm addicted to sugar and I just get hungry all the fucking time. This guy does it because it turns him on. I don't know about you, but like for me, being healthier actually gets you turned on more. Like your dick works better. It's bigger. I mean, there's scientific facts, which I can attest to. Yeah, I don't know how you would get turned on by being fatter. I mean, I understand how someone could be attracted to being someone else who is fat, but turning yourself on by being fatter doesn't make sense to me. Fast forward to today, and the Blobby Builder, great time there, has an OnlyFans account where folks can pay $20 a month to ogle his gargantuan gut. And here I am on YouTube giving you free love. If you're listening to this only, not watching it, this is on YouTube. If you check Wednesday, yeah, here I am doing this for free, getting you all turned on with my sexy body. Who would have known? As a teenager, he started to get excited. Oh, sorry, I went past that, didn't I? He's racked up more than 11,000 likes, and financial contributions unsurprisingly go towards his loading sessions. Here I am, paying to eat, when I could be getting turned on by having people like you pay me to eat. Not one to hoard his gift. Gainable, I hold my gift right down here, which you can't even see on the camera, but I'm grabbing my balls right now. Gainable, and if you're listening to this, you can't see any of it, and you don't even know why the fuck I would be pointing out that you can't see it. But, you know, you're hearing me grab my balls. Gainable also posts pics of his belly to Instagram page, much to the delight of his nearly 8,000 followers, which is actually pretty low in these days to be getting a story in a major newspaper to only have 8,000 followers. Like, it's impressive to a normal person, but for fucking Instagram, you know, some random cat will get 100,000 followers. I mean, so much for people like me who've been given horrible weight loss advice all their life. Like, clearly eating 10 meals a day is what would make me successful, not what's holding me back, which is what I've been told my whole fucking life. Like, these people have been telling me to lose weight and be healthier when I could be getting turned on by people like you paying for me to eat. Some fans even encourage Brian to eat more to aid his pound packing pilgrimage. You should get McDonald's 40-piece McNuggets. I eat those too. I did not even know that such thing exists. Like, I've gone so far as to get a sister to work at McDonald's to get the inside scoop. And this guy is teaching me things about McDonald's. Now, I have had a 24-piece McNuggets meal because it's a special that they have here. And it is a share pack, which I may or may not have eaten on my own, but usually I don't even eat the full 24 in one sitting myself. In any event, perhaps he could even enlist the services of a Pennsylvania fatness trainer who's helping his wife achieve her goal of weighing 600 pounds for their wedding day. Most people try to get smaller for their wedding day, but for some reason this person is trying to put weight on for it. Brian, for one, welcomes fan support, as preserving his rotund figure isn't easy. These days, just the regular eating keeps me going through sometimes an encourager or to really push me to go much farther. Well, there you go. Now to something more sexy. Is it just me or is it getting hot in here? I mean, you don't have a light thing on you, I assume, but I do. So, yes, it is just me getting hot in here. This comes from Ladbible. Coronavirus outbreak in Spanish brothel as 8 workers test positive. Now, what quite an awkward situation this is. A small town is on alert following a coronavirus outbreak at a brothel, according to Spain's English language newspaper, The Olive Express. 8 workers at the brothel tested positive at the Putti Club in Alcázar de San Juan, which clearly I pronounced perfectly, which is located in Ciudad Real in Castilla-La Mancha. Can you just fucking change names to be English, please? The women have all been isolated. Okay, that also brings me, before I keep going on this, Spain. Spain got people to speak with a lisp because their king or whatever back in the day had a lisp, so they need to normalize it. Now, imagine if this person had erectile dysfunction, and then every man in the country had to have erectile dysfunction so that the king would feel normal. Or what if he had a tiny penis, and so everyone had to shrink their penis somehow to make the king feel normal? Wouldn't that be weird? I'm sure there's much better things that you could say as to what they could have had to do because of the king, but we're going with small penis. The women all have been, small penises, before we continue with this. Imagine he had a tiny penis, and then therefore they basically made every man who had a bigger penis chop it off, so they became eunuchs, and then so that they outbred the big penises and became a land of tiny penises. Now, that's a story you don't hear for the kids. There's all this stuff about representation. Where is the fairy tales for people with tiny penises, I ask you? Just putting it out there. Maybe you are a writer of fairy tales for children and want to write a book about the lost land of tiny penises, which if you do, you're going to have to pay me some credit for. And by credit, I mean money. Back to this story about this Spanish brothel corona outbreak. The women have all been isolated, while 4 contact tests have also been performed. 4. Only 4. So, I don't know how many, 8 workers. 8 workers, only 4 customers. So either they're having massive orgies of like 8 on 1 and they happen to have only 1 client. Well, maybe they did 1 client per day had an 8 on 1 orgy. Seems reasonable. Or maybe there are some men out there who went and didn't want to get themselves tested because they didn't want to imagine or didn't want to be connected with being at a brothel. But the Outbreak press reports that locals in the area fear many of the clients, not least married men. Now, what kind of married man would go to a brothel? Disgusting. May want to keep their recent visits to a venue a secret. Which would be a fun discussion to have with your wife or family in general. I mean, imagine you accidentally kill grandma with the coronavirus. I mean, you might run her over as an accident, but that wouldn't be as interesting as or related to this topic at all. But let's say that you gave her coronavirus, grandma. She's old and weak and she dies. Then the rest of your family asks, well, how did grandma get it? Then it gets traced back to you. And you have to explain to the rest of the family that the 5 p.m. anal special probably won't seem the same value to your wife when you have to explain it to her. What if, let's say, you didn't get a rusty trombone at lunch yourself during your work break, but your friend did. He gives it to you, and now you have got to explain both the rusty trombone and coronavirus, because that's how you get it in this story. And you got to explain it. And when you say asking for a friend, you legitimately mean you're asking for a friend, but no one will believe you. Now, let's just say that what if your coworker got the rusty trombone and you're a woman who works in a secretive kind of job? Maybe it's a regular job, but maybe you do a side thing that your family already have suspicions about how you're a basic job at entry level somewhere, whatever, who wouldn't be earning a lot of money, somehow has a flashy car and a flashy house and all the jewelry, etc. And all you really do is deal drugs and kill people. But your family now think that you're a hooker because your coworker, your fellow drug dealer, got coronavirus because they were at a brothel, and your family thinks that you worked in the brothel and that's how you got it. These are the real questions and problems that the mainstream media, fake news, won't cover, and that's why Wednesday is here for you. And then that's not the only thing they're covering up, mind you. This one is from news.com.au. Qantas responds after conspiracy theorists link company linked. This heading is wrong, so that's why I sound like a fucking idiot. And we say that, as I was just saying about the mainstream media lying to you, the mainstream media don't even check their own fucking headlines. So Qantas responds after conspiracy theorists link company linked with Illuminati. That should be the conspiracy theorists link company with Illuminati. Why do you need the extra linked? They're doing it to fuck with you, and that is why I'm here, to save you. In any event, Qantas has responded after conspiracy theorists linked the company with a global secret society because of a viral video. Images from a 9 News bulletin showed a Qantas plane with engine covers that caught attention online. The black engine covers appear to have been covered with tape with the all-seeing eye of God on one engine and the Freemason symbol on the other. The symbols are associated with conspiracy theories about the Illuminati, a group of elite leaders who conspire to control global events. On social media, some discussed a deeper meaning, while others assumed it was the airport ground crew having a joke. Now, first of all, Qantas, are we supposed to just take your word for it that you don't support the Illuminati? You've given no proof, no examples, no evidence that you're not involved with the Illuminati. You happen to have their symbols on your planes, so that's one in the favor of you are with the Illuminati. And I don't see anything on the not in favor of the Illuminati. And the mainstream media, they've covered it up for you with these dodgy headlines just to add to the situation. And what I really can't get is, like, are we supposed to believe that the world's richest people who are leaders of a secret society playing mind games with the average person, fucking around, creating coronavirus, destroying forests and whatever the fuck else they do to kill people and all that kind of shit, they control the world at such a high level we can't even understand. They have so much power, so much money, and yet these same people fly commercial. I mean, probably in the fancy premium economy seats, but at the same time, would those people be flying commercial? I mean, we do happen to know that private jets exist. And there are like a bunch of fuckwits out there who have a lot of money, but they don't have a lot of money at the same level of the Illuminati, supposedly. They don't have the power to like just kill people and have them disappear. And we know that, like, even people like Jeffrey Epstein get caught. So, he's flying private. He can afford to fly private, but the real Illuminati, they have to settle with premium economy. I mean, they do get a little bit of extra legroom and a little bit of recliner, but they don't get a layback seat and they don't have the privacy of a private jet, because the Illuminati, they can't afford that, can they? But, someone like Kanye West, someone who like can't even just talk normally in a public setting without having to set everything off and have so many problems, he can afford a private jet, but the Illuminati, they have to fly commercial. Now, when we said that this was a viral video, and this really does come back to what the fuck was this article about and the dodgy headline and everything as well. We say viral video, you're probably thinking 10 million views. Justin Bieber's Baby's got how many billion views? Gangnam Style has, I don't know, billions of views. Some fucked up song, WAP, barely been out for however less than 2 weeks or whatever. I don't know, probably hundreds of millions. I wouldn't even be bothered to do the research for this to tell you, but we know it's in the tens of millions at least, probably in the hundreds of millions of views. This viral video that they had to acknowledge had 10,000 views. A cat falling over and rolling on the ground would get you more than 10,000 views. But this is such a viral video that they actually had to respond to it. So if you can make a video that actually gets 10,000 views, apparently Qantas will actually respond to you. And which this clearly says, what the fuck is going on here? Maybe there is something actually into this, or are Qantas just absolute fucking morons? They should be kind of too busy right now to be dealing with a 10,000 view viral video, which, let's face it, if it's on Facebook or Twitter, it auto loads, so it starts playing. So that's just 10,000 times it's appeared. Doesn't actually mean that someone's watched the full thing. Even if it's on YouTube, they could have clicked out within 5 seconds. I mean, it's probably some fucking moron looking at it and going, stupid, fuck off. But that's what they respond to. Weird Illuminati and Freemason logos on Qantas engine covers. Any reason behind this? A Reddit post asked Thursday. Probably just the person who taped the covers on having a bit of fun. One person responded. Because again, Qantas has to respond to random Reddit rumors. So I don't know, if you were to go and post on there that Qantas were, I don't know, I would say something, but then it's probably going to get me sued. So, because apparently a video like this with like 5 viewers is enough for Qantas to acknowledge. So clearly I better not say anything. But yeah, insert your own conspiracy wacky theory. Let's just take something stupid like Qantas were behind 9/11. How you would link the two, I have zero idea. Okay, Qantas were behind it because their competitors' airlines, so they wanted to boost their own share price, even though it would have crashed the share price, but they didn't think about that. Maybe the CEO at the time wasn't that smart and thought that if we bring down our competitors, it'll boost us up. Absolutely fucking insane theory, but if you were to put that out there and you got 10,000 views, they would have to actually acknowledge that the stupidest theory that you could come up with on the spot that makes zero sense, doesn't even work out, which you acknowledge at the time, which I just hit the microphone. I'm so all over the place about it. Qantas would actually respond. It's a joke by the ground crew to fuck with conspiracy people on the internet, Nova said. I'm all for it. Whoever did this is a legend. I mean, are they trying to just fuck with people's minds and get these news stories out there? I don't know. Today, Qantas took the step of responding to a number of users on Twitter who are asking them about the symbols. The airline told one man, the artwork was just a pastime for the ground crew. Hi, aircraft engine cover art is a thing, the airline said. As you can see, the yellow tape can sometimes be used quite creatively. We've obviously got a few engineers who are fans of the Da Vinci Code, but we've asked them to stick to emojis and smiley faces. Very believable. Now, as we go into this next story, it's important to take a look at my face. I'm sure you have the whole time, and it's the whole part of the video. Like, basically the video is just my face, and if you're an audio-only viewer, well, you're not viewing, you're actually listening, but too bad. You'll find out eventually. And if you are an audio-only listener, then the fact that you haven't taken the time to set my face as your phone background is your fault. And therefore, the fact that you can't just imagine my face straight away is on you. But nevertheless, go fuck yourself until you do it. If you're watching the view, what about my face? My sweaty, sweaty face because it's so hot in here. What about my face? Is maybe, how do I put it, enhanced? What do you think? What do you think I've had surgery to improve? You think about that as we read this story. Well, this story is from Daily Dot. There are all kinds of questionable trends on TikTok. Since the app shot to popularity back in 2018, it has grown into one of the most talked about social media sites on the planet. Due to this popularity, users are always looking for ways to outdo one another. Now, you may be thinking, have I seen your face on TikTok in a viral video? The answer is it should be yes, but it's not, to my knowledge at least. Although it'd be pretty fucked up that if I went viral and I didn't even know about it, but I'm pretty sure I can safely say I haven't gone viral on TikTok. In any event, TikTok does prioritize people based on their looks. So if you're really attractive, it goes much better, which is, again, another reason why you'd be wondering, maybe that is why he was on TikTok. Good thoughts. I don't have a TikTok account though, so that's where you've gone wrong. Definitely that. Definitely one of the most attractive people on TikTok if I had an account. Due to this popularity, users are always looking for ways to outdo one another. This has led to a range of extremely questionable trends and challenges. Many could lead to genuine bodily harm, while others are just inadvisable. Take, for instance, the people tattooing freckles on their face. These are real, Betty. Wherever the fuck they are, I can't tell where I'm pointing, but I'm so freckled up that I probably have them everywhere. Tattoos are great, we get it. As are freckles. But tattooing, no. Freckles are better than tattoos. I'm here to say it. Actually, you know what the ultimate tattoo would be? Is if you had a few freckles and then you tattooed, like drawing a symbol between them as if that was somehow saying that your arm is, the chosen one. Perhaps that's how you're in the Illuminati. you're a baggage handler at Qantas, and you're a part of the Illuminati because you have special symbols tattooed into your arm that link up the freckles that somehow look kind of like whatever. I mean, they don't look like whatever the symbol is, but when someone points it out to you, you can kind of make out how they do. But tattooing tiny dots onto your face for a shockingly high price at that doesn't seem to work. In some cases, the new ink is transformative. Formerly blank canvases of skin, well, they weren't no, they were blank, so my bad, because they didn't have freckles, so they weren't blessed by the sun, end up looking like sun-kissed and lightly speckled. In other cases, the tattoos far more look like tattoos, not exactly what these people are looking for. Take TikToker Run It Mama, who recently uploaded a video detailing her less than successful attempt at changing up her look. This is probably going to be the person who wins Time Person of the Year. If this person isn't on front cover of Time, then I don't know what is wrong with you people. In any event, Time, get on this now. Tattooed freckles is the new trend of 2020. Biggest thing to happen in 2020 by far is tattooed freckles. The video begins with a photo of a gorgeous young woman with natural-looking freckles and lightly tanned skin. In the background, a woman can be heard weeping. Now, semi-permanent freckle tattoos use pigment in lieu of ink, can last up to 3 years and cost about $250. $250 to destroy your face. I mean, I could punch your face in for free and destroy it for you for free if you want. This is what I wanted, okay? A TikTok soundbite begins as a finger emerges and points to the natural-looking freckles. These are what I wanted, okay? The pastels, and this is what I got. The camera then switches to reveal at Run It Mama's freshly inked face. Her new look is very much missing the natural element she was looking for. It looks like someone drew dots on her face. There is some irony on this post being on a website also called Daily Dot. Well, again, this all moves me on to my next announcement. I'm going to be getting freckles. Now, I did mention at the start about my upcoming surgery, but I'm going to get mine tattooed around my arsehole just for the odd occasion where I need anal surgery to fuck with the doctor. Now, sure, I'll be knocked out and I won't actually get to see the doctor's face or understand how he's fucked up, and he'll probably be thinking there's some other type of disease. But knowing that I fucked with his life, and knowing that someone whose job is to look at fucked up asses and go home and tell their wife about the fucked up ass they saw today, has to go and tell their wife, this is the most fucked up ass I've ever seen. Now, I say wife, it could be husband, as we said earlier. Perhaps ideally it is. It could be their third or whatever other gender partner, whatever you call them in your local area. Again, I don't know the best term to say that, but, it could be their life partner of a different gender. Again, that part's irrelevant. Good luck to you if that's the case. But in this case, that doctor, their partner of another gender is going to be fucked up from the stories they hear about these asses, my ass in particular, and the dots around it. Freckled ass does sound like a very good cover band name, right? Like, who doesn't want to go see Freckled Ass as a punk rock band? Now, while we're fucking up your mind for the day, this story comes from The Age in Australia, and we're going to finish on this. Now, this is possibly as fucked up as a freckled ass or a tattoo freckled ass. This is entitled Crumbs, a bakery slice style bread lengthwise. Do I bite back? My wife came back from the bakery with a loaf of bread, only to discover it had been sliced lengthwise, not widthwise. Should I have complained? The person answers with, "This question kept me up all night long." Now, it is amazing to think that someone could slice bread the wrong way, but if this is keeping you up all night long, you've obviously never seen a freckled ass. You've obviously never had to have your ass operated on. You've never been through that pain. You probably need to get a real life, because how is this what keeps your night up? Let alone that they've written a whole massive article on it, too long to even read to you. They even suggested it could be a prank or whatever, which, if you're going to prank someone, go to their local bakery and tell them to slice the bread the wrong way, and then you'll be fucking howling laughing for days. I'm surprised that hasn't become a new TikTok trend. Fuck getting fake freckles put on in tattoos. Let's start the trend of slicing bread the wrong way as a prank. Destroy your mother's life with that. I'm sweating so much, I just flung sweat on the camera. If you're listening to this, you're thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? But at the same time, if you're watching this, you just saw a thing of sweat fly onto the camera. So on that note, here's to anal surgery, to eating too much, to slicing bread the wrong way, to believing that Qantas is part of the Illuminati, because clearly it is. And until next time, this is Wednesdays, Weird, Wild, Wacky Wednesdays. Check it out on YouTube, anywhere you get podcasts. If you're listening or you're watching, it's on all the other ones, all that shit. Like, subscribe, tell me some random shit. Top 10 freckles. Go. Comment there in the things. Till next time. I should have some kind of goodbye phrase, but I don't. So till next time, I'm sweating like a pig. I'm losing valuable weight here that I could have used to get on OnlyFans and earn extra money to buy 40-piece nuggets. So I hope you're happy with this. Till next time. I don't know when next time will be. Who knows when I get my surgery? That kind of rhymed. It's fucking terrible. I should have ended this like 20 sentences ago, but goodbye.